Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here to talk about this Dia de los Muertos event here in NBA 2K25, my team. Now, I did not get to record a video or share my thoughts on Twitter about this event when it dropped yesterday, honestly because I was really busy with work and I had plans in the evening to watch the Knicks game with my parents. And so I had maybe a little bit of time if I wanted to get home in between work and heading out to see my parents, to maybe boot up the game, take a closer look at everything, and then maybe record a video then. But honestly, from what I was reading on Twitter, and there was a lot of people that had a lot of opinions on this on Twitter yesterday. I felt like it would have been smarter if I waited 24 hours, took care of what I had to get done yesterday, and then fire up stream today, recording this on Saturday, November the 2nd. King of the Court's actually going on actively right now as of this recording, and then share my thoughts today on stream and in a video. I wanted to really refine my thoughts for the video, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about exactly what's happening in this event because you guys know, again, this has been live for over 24 hours. But I do want to kind of give a brief timeline of what's happened and then compare it to last year, and then end off this video with my thoughts and with the packs that I got from the locker codes that we got on Thursday, which was the actual day of Halloween and the day that I thought we were going to have this event begin. We got locker codes every 3 hours for deluxe packs that didn't even give us cards of value for the most part. I mean, we're going to see what we get out of our packs today, but every single deluxe pack that was accessible to us from those locker codes were from sets that had golds and emeralds. I was really hoping that we were going to see a deluxe pack, at least one, from, the NBA is back, or, the 70s or 90s edition sets that had only diamonds and one pink diamond. But no, alas, we only got sets that had a bunch of gold and emeralds, and that's really frustrating because those cards aren't really doing anything for us. And then 2K follows that up with what I believe is objectively the most greedy event in my team history. I've never seen an event like this before. At least last year during the holiday promo where they called the Kobe Bryant event an event, and it was really just an opportunity to spend money on packs. There were still players that we could grind for. We still got, we had the ability to get, I think it was a diamond, Patrick Ewing and RJ Barrett. We were able to get, I think, Mike Brown's Amethyst Coach card along with MT from the different, President and Cole collectibles that we got. It was a very engaging promo. And this promo is not very engaging. Even if we go back to the Halloween promo from last year, you'll see here, this was the Freaky set, the set that we got. It was on a Tuesday, you could see. For Halloween, we had Diamond Chet Holmgren, Diamond Brandon Ingram, and Amethyst Peja Stojakovic as the headliners, and all three of those cards trump all the cards that we were able to grind for from the Freaky set. You can see here we had on Saturday we had Amethyst Steve Smith come out with these three players. We had on Sunday Amethyst Sean Bradley come out with these three players. And then we had Amethyst Sean Livingston with these three players drop on Monday. So the 3 days leading into Halloween, we had grindable content. We were able to get these cards, I'm fairly confident, just from grinding the game. And while none of those cards are elite, they didn't have to be. I almost said Sean Smith. Steve Smith was actually a really solid card to run. He was a decent shooter with a decent jumper and fine defensively. Sean Livingston was, he couldn't shoot the ball from 3, but he was a really tall point guard and a fun budget option to run at point guard, who again was free. Sean Bradley wasn't really all that good. He was tall, but he only had 25 speed. But it was the fact that we could grind and get these 3 Amethyst cards that made it a little bit more worthwhile. And there are cards that are on the lower end, the lower tier cards that we can grind for in this exchange that we have here now. But it's just kind of frustrating that 2K is blatantly rubbing it in our face that they want us to rip packs so that we can get these skull cards that we can turn into pink diamond skulls to put towards getting that pink diamond Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, you guys know the math by now, and if you don't, we'll go over it right now, very, very briefly. You can see here a shout out to Bags of Ability on the MyTeam subreddit who put this post together. So every single game that you play and win in MyTeam through next week, through next Friday, will get you anywhere from 1 to 3 gold skull cards. You can get 1 from winning a breakout game. I believe it's 2 from winning domination and maybe winning in Triple Threat Online, and then you get 3 for winning a game in Showdown or winning a game of Salary Cap. You need, if you were to work your way up the ladder here, I'm not going to read through all this. You basically need 120 of those gold skull cards to get a pink diamond skull, and you need 20 of those pink diamond skulls for the pink diamond Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, maybe my math is wrong here, but we're going to do the math live. So 2,400 gold skulls, right? So that's 2,400 games of Breakout if you only play Breakout. Let's say every game of Breakout takes you 7 minutes. So 2,400 games of Breakout required times 7 games a minute is 16,800 minutes of Breakout that you have to play in the next week. If you now divide that by 60 to see how many hours that is, that's 280 hours of Breakout that you have to play in the next week. And then if you divide that by 7, right, because 7 days a week, 7 days is the amount of days that we have. If you started this grind right at 11 a.m. Eastern time on Friday when this content dropped, that means you have to play Breakout for 40 hours a day to get enough pink diamond skulls to get Shea. 40 hours a day. So 16 hours more a day than we have accessible to us. Unless you're able to, travel in time and give yourself more hours in a day, this is physically impossible if you only play Breakout. They want us to rip packs. It's obvious. I'm not breaking news with that statement right here. It's just so frustrating that they would even put this card in here. I honestly feel like if they didn't put Pink Diamond Shea in here and they made the headliner a Diamond Jaime Jaquez Jr. and they have that. I mean, I'll show you guys right here. If I go back to my MyTeam screen, which may lag a little bit because I have a ton of apps open right now on my computer. It's going to be a little laggy. Again, I apologize. But you can see here we have Juan Toscano Anderson. We have Eduardo Najera. We have Jaime Jaquez Jr. We also have this Eric Spoelstra coach card, who I'm actually very interested in. And if I do grind a good amount for these skulls, which I don't know if I'm going to, I want to be able to put the pink diamond skulls that I do potentially get towards him, because you get boosts in a lot of really important categories here, and it's going to last you the full game. And I do think investing in a coach like this one right here, like this Eric Spoelstra card, is going to be a really good investment, because this card is going to be helpful on your team for months. Whereas I don't really know if Diamond Jaime Jaquez Jr. is a card that I really care about all that much, Not just because I'm a Knicks fan and I blame him for injuring Julius Randle in January of 2024. I just don't really want a 6'6" small forward. Yeah, I'm not going to be grinding for Shea. Not going to be grinding for Jaime. I'll show you what else I may be grinding for, because, again, like I said, there are some parts of this event that are at least a little more interesting to engage with. A 92 plus overall premium. This may not be a bad thing to grind for, but it takes 3 pink diamond skulls. I would rather put my pink diamond skulls, if I'm able to get them, into this exchange for the Diamond Eric Spoelstra card. I don't want this 10 box. I don't want this Legends badge. This is the other thing that's kind of interesting. I think if you're able to get 4 pink diamond skulls, I would personally put 1 into the Hidden Gems exchange, and then I would put 3 into the Eric Spoelstra exchange. Now, the other thing I want to say, if you're able to hold off on doing any of these exchanges and waiting to see what we get, I would still say grind the game if you want to. But let's see what 2K gives us. I think Evan said on a stream, I saw some clip on Twitter somewhere yesterday, that there are going to be more ways for us to earn skulls throughout the week. I was really hoping we would see the dailies for logging in include a Ruby skull. That would have been nice. And ultimately, what I would have really have loved is if 2K brought back the door minigame as an event. They've already done it. They've done it twice now for Showdown. Make the door minigame an event across all game modes and give us, even if it's lower odds, a chance at getting a non-gold skull card at the end of a game. Like, keep it to where we're getting one gold skull after every breakout win, and then 2 for domination and triple threat, and 3 for showdown and salary cap. But then after that, after we get that mode related reward, let us get that door minigame. And even if every once in a while we have that door minigame have golds behind every single one of the doors, give us a chance to get a ruby or even an amethyst skull. Because just getting a ruby skull, if you go and we take a look at this exchange right here, right, for a ruby skull, right here, we need 5 golds. So again, using breakout as the barometer here, every game takes you 7 minutes to play. We need to play 35 minutes of breakout to get 1 Ruby Skull. So if you get a Ruby Skull from that, that hypothetical door minigame, you're saving yourself 35 minutes of grinding, which I know doesn't really sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if you are playing a lot of MyTeam, if you are grinding for those rewards that I mentioned in the exchange, that goes a long way. Those 35 minutes, they do add up, but we don't have access to that right now. Maybe that is something that 2K does give us next week. I really don't know. I'm not putting hope in 2K to do anything right, because 2K has shown this year that they've somehow found a way to be more greedy this year than they were last year when we had a player market in place. It's really frustrating what they've done with this game. Yeah, it really sucks. Again, I would say if you are going to be grinding out this game, I am grinding out salary cap right now because round 2 just started yesterday. I should have dropped, by the time this video is live, you should hopefully have seen, or at least I should have hopefully uploaded my latest edition of the salary cap report. If you've not checked it out, do check it out, because I open up all 30 of my 84 plus gems of the game packs that I got from grinding out the NBA is Back agenda set, and I opened up my NBA is Back deluxe pack as well at the end of that video. So check it out. There are a number of cards that are interesting for salary cap and breakout who I got. I was told in chat while I was live streaming that the YouTube video with all those packs being opened. A lot of people in chat said it was a pretty good pack opening, that we got some really good players. So check it out. Let me know what you think about the players that I got down below in that video, and then let me know down below what you think in this video about this event. I still think it's an L. Do I think it's an absolute disaster like people were saying yesterday? No, but it's still pretty terrible. Like yesterday when I initially was reading everything on Twitter, I thought this was like an F-, whatever the lowest possible grade is you can give it. Now I'll give it a D-. Like, it's still pretty terrible. Well, you know what? I'll give it a D, because you can still grind the game a little bit and get, at least, this Jaime Jaquez for 1 Diamond Skull, which isn't going to take you, I think, more than, 60 games or so of Breakout if you were to do that. But the fact that you would need to play, like I said, I just wish the Shea wasn't in the game. The fact that you have to play so much of, I can't even put it into words. You can't just play the game and get this card. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to rip packs for this Shea card, which is fine. It's fine, but I wish they wouldn't put him in the exchange. Like, don't make people think you have a chance of getting him without spending money on the game, And the last thing I want to end with, there are people in the community, I feel like, who have a platform on Twitter, or they don't, and they'll come out and they'll complain about an event like this. And they'll be like, oh, it's so ridiculous. The Shea Gilgeous-Alexander card is unobtainable unless you spend money. This is worse than any other event we've had. All things that I would agree with, by the way. Those same people will come back an hour later and they'll drop $300 on VC to rip packs. And then they're posting on Twitter, oh, I got Shea. We got the final Pink Diamond Skull for Shea. I blame 2K for this event, right? The people that are making these choices behind the scenes, I blame them because they're putting this kind of content in the game. At the same time, if you're a member of this community and you fall into that same description that I just made, someone who criticized the way 2K implemented this Pink Diamond Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the way they implemented how we can earn skulls, if you were critical of everything that I just said, and then you came out a short while later and you dropped a ton of money on this game, and I'm not pocket watching, I'm just making a statement here. You dropped a lot of money on this game, or you dropped any sort of money on this game to rip packs, to get those skulls, to, try to get that Shea easier. Respectfully, you're the problem. You are enabling 2K to feel comfortable dropping an event like this because they know people are going to spend money to get packs, to go and get those skull cards, so that they can get this Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And let me be clear, if you're someone that does spend money on a weekly basis on this game, that's fine. That's your money, your choice. And objectively, if you do spend money on packs every week, this is probably some of the best value that we've had in terms of, putting money towards VC for packs, because you're guaranteed to get skull cards. And from what I've seen on YouTube and on Twitter, people are getting Diamond and Pink Diamond skull cards at a fairly respectable clip out of their packs. And so, in regards to that, it's really not that bad if you want to spend your money on packs, right? But then again, that's what 2K wants you to think. I will not be spending any of my MT or VC on packs. I refuse. If I miss out on that Diamond Eric Spoelstra card because I don't put money or MT towards packs, I'll live. I really don't care. If my team keeps putting out content like this game mode is not long for me anyways, and I'd rather not put money into a game outside of on that season pro pass or on my center build in my career. I'd rather just put my money that I'm putting in the game towards that instead of putting it towards packs, because I just don't think packs are worth it. I really don't. Even with this kind of an event, I don't like it. Let me know down below your thoughts on this comment or on this event and on my comments towards this event. Really frustrating. Really frustrating. If for no other reason other than the precedent for what this event stands for. I think this is one of the first times that we're really seeing it in broad daylight. 2K really only cares about the people that are putting money into this game. And if you're grinding this game, you're better off playing 2K24. Sorry, it's true. I feel that's how I feel, at least. It sucks. It all sucks. I hate it. But yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry for all the negativity. I really try to not be overly negative, but I do think there are times that you really need to be critical of 2K, and I think this was a point in time where I think if you care about this game and you care about this game mode in particular, you have every right to be frustrated. If you're not and you like this kind of content, great. It's not for me. And I think it's not for a lot of people in this community. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.